Good afternoon. My name is Soul Khan, student number 222099907. The purpose of this video will be to explain the reading skills involved in the lesson that I have prepared for grade 6 English. It will also be to discuss the strategies that I will use and learners will learn during the lesson in terms of their reading skills. So the first thing I have done was I chose a relatively easy article for learners to read through. The article is on Wales, and the questions on this article are not that easy in the sense that it ranges from level 1 to 4. So it starts off with an easy article, but the questions based on this article are varying in levels of how difficult it is. So learners will start off reading an easy article in grade 6 and perfecting their reading skills. Okay, the reading skills which we will discuss in a minute. Now learners will improve their ability and hone in on these skills before moving on to more advanced pieces of literature. So the first thing, the outcome of this reading lesson will be to develop a learner's vocabulary. This article has relatively easy vocabulary. However, learners will always learn new words, and this article is no exception of that. Learners will also learn how to look at a text, look at an article, look at a comprehension, and learn how to read the article, learn how to look for key points, learn how to answer this article, and all types of questions from level 1 to level 5. So that's the outcome of this lesson. We will try to perfect and help learners hone in on their skills to be able to read a piece of text, an article, a comprehension, whatever it is, and be able to answer the questions based on it. Now, the strategies or reading processes that I will use and learners will learn in this lesson, the first thing is pre-reading. Now, pre-reading is very important. It has scientific basis on its importance. The first thing that learners will have to do is skim the article, just read through it quickly, and thereafter scan it for any difficult words, any key points, any key ideas, anything like that. If there are any unfamiliar words, learners will have to just note that these words are unfamiliar to them, and this is all a very rushed skimming of the text itself. They aren't going into details of the text yet, they are just reading through it. While reading the text, this is the second part, learners will look for specific key points in the text that they will think is important. And in terms of my lesson, this text is about Wales. Now learners will find key information about the Wales and look at the questions thereafter, but for now look at the questions and see look at the text and see which pieces of information would be important and what they can learn from it, as well as how they can answer the questions based on it. Another part that is important is the title. Learners will first look at the title and analyze it, look for any hidden meanings, look for what the title suggests about what they are about to read. They will then read the first paragraph, second, third, fourth, and so on, as well as the first sentence of each paragraph. Now, the first sentence of each paragraph is important as it tells you what is expected, what topic will be discussed in each paragraph. My article has no subheadings, however, learners would look at subheadings for the same reason as well. If there are any difficult words, learners will be asked to guess the meaning of it in the context, and that is one of the reasons why difficult words are important in increasing the learner's vocabulary. Another thing is learners will be taught how to read silently, as under test conditions, for example, or in a space where other people are reading. It's important to learn how to read silently and gain information while reading silently. After the learners have read the text, we have the post-reading. This is the last step. In the post-reading, learners should, in my opinion, highlight any information if possible, or underline or note down any important information, any important points that they find will help them answer questions in this article, in these questions. So learners will also look at the article as a whole and see what the author is trying to convey, how the author's tone, how the author's structure, how the author's use of language influences this piece of text. So again, my article is relatively simple for grade 6 learners, but all of these skills will be used. And these skills in a simple article can be used, and if perfected in the simple article, learners will be able to improve and advance onto more difficult pieces of literature.